Всем привет! Продолжаем игрушечку BeyondaSteelSky. У нас 6-я серия. Я думаю, мы наконец-то сдвинемся с мертвой точки. Поэтому давайте начнем. Так, наконец-то мы тут. Потому что это была очень долгая загрузка. Вы себе просто не представляете, насколько. Но вы ее и не увидите. Благодаря мастерству монтажа. Вот. Поэтому мы здесь сделали все, кроме одного. Чтобы продвинуться дальше, мы не заходили вот сюда. На подключение минус. Добро пожаловать. Вот сюда.
The council was made up of 5 ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. From the color of his uniform, it was clear that Graham worked for the Ministry of Comfort. I knew quite a bit about Graham's work and health, but I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records.
В принципе, все. Теперь мы можем чапать к нашей якобы жене и к тому мужику, с которыми они заперлись в спальне. Да-да-да, мы идем туда. Я надеюсь, что наконец-то мы сдвинемся с мертвой точки, потому что тут бродить уже неинтересно.
It seemed everybody in Union City had a kudos level. I still didn't have a clue about Graham's. Perhaps I'd find more on his personal terminal. I needed to find out more information if I wanted to avoid getting caught out.
Отвратительно. Мы, походу, не сдвинемся с мертвой точки. Чего мы тут еще не посмотрели в этом гребаном терминале? Министерство комфорта. Так. Угу. Так, здесь что? Ну, здесь мы все смотрели, насколько я помню. Это все какая-то хрень. Минус 2Q какой-то. Это все не то. Сюда у меня нет доступа. Молодец, ты добавил.
A chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped. I wondered what had caused such a sharp decline. I had learned all I was going to from Graham's apartment. I hoped it would be enough.
Все, ура! Мы сдвинулись с мертвой точки. Пойдемте, собственно, в спальню. Здорово. Чипворд. Катсворд. Как там тебя правильно? Ты будешь Катсворд. Для меня ты Катсворд.
If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham.
Да. Не, зайти в спальню, мы здесь и так все облазили. Конечно, 2 серии они нас там ждут. Давай, уборщик Грэм, заходи.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here.
Alonso?
Monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course.
Да, давайте начнем. Я надеюсь, мы все пройдем. И куда ты почапал?
It was now or never.
Все, понял.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
Комфорт,
Comfort.
конечно.
I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course. Here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
Ой.
Mr. Grundy?
Мистер Гранди думает, он нихуя не помнит.
Cat got your tongue?
Да, мы язык проглотили. Блять.
Did drop down a bit, but I'm back to Class A+ now.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any...
Давай.
Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
Давай B+.
B+.
I didn't spot a plus on the record. Must have been my mistake. Well,
Ой.
that is all I need to check off.
По-моему, я
But I'd be
проебался.
remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble.
Логично.
And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
Чё? Я нихуя не понимаю. Чё? Обезьянник? Какой нахуй обезьянник? Депо поездов,
Land
конечно.
train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of Land Trains and Extra City Commerce. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence.
Ну
15
проебался, ну.
days is a long time. This is, of course,
Ну, я
why
сильно
my ministry has
проебался.
become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing
Это
to
я
worry
помню.
about.
Ты молодец.
As you
Красава.
can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape considering your medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
Чё? Я не понимаю. За птицами? Фотографии? Коллекции вин?
Cat got your
Чего?
tongue?
You mean
Фотографии?
my photography?
I do, yes.
Can't beat the feeling of an old-time film camera.
I can imagine. You have an eye for composition.
Да, у меня оно
Although I
отличное.
don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. Choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, How can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little
Да,
chat.
так жаль, так хорошо поболтали.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling. How awful. What a dreadful thing to happen.
Да, так грустно, так грустно.
I believe I have all
Ай-яй-яй.
the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Да.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go.
Не заходите к нам
There
больше
appears to be
никогда.
one or two
Мы вас так
anomalous
не рады
results
видеть.
here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing, but here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Ah, yes, of course. That's probably it. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request and answers. Perfect. I have everything.
Давай, отчаливай уже, дотошный.
Chipbot will show you out.
Chipworth, darling.
Just my little joke. Chipworth.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
Все, давай.
I don't know who you are or what you've done with Graham, but I think we got away with that.
I hope so. I don't think that we would get away with it a second time.
Nor do I. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back. Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the Gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap?
Да я
That
откуда
way he was
знаю?
always sneaking off to. Ugh.
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen,
Ну,
stranger.
блядь.
I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Ну как же, мы же вроде как женаты.
Songbird seemed rattled by the news.
Так
Not
нечестно.
surprising. But whoever this
Ну хотя бы
contact of
спасибо, что не
Graham's
выгнала.
was,
Уже
I
приятно.
suspected they were the key to finding Milo.
Так, а что дальше-то? Ду-ду-ду-ду-ду-ду-ду. Да. Дун-ду-дун. Давайте к ней зайдем. Приветики. Что у тебя тут есть?
A collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing.
Хорошо.
Jasmine.
Жасмин. Окей. Поговорить. Подожди. Так, здесь что?
In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken.
Ну, наведись туда, пожалуйста. О, Ага.
The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy.
Хорошо.
I
Смотрите.
didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things.
Ну да, логично, согласен. Опа, вот это козырно. То,
Hey,
что нам
don't
нужно.
touch that. What have I said about these windows? Keep them closed.
Ну подожди, ну тёть. Не закрывай.
Aha.
Да я сам все закрою. Ну. Жопошница. Ладно. Ты что, не хочешь его взламывать?
Songbird, I'm sorry.
For what?
That your husband is dead.
Hey, win some, lose some.
That's pretty harsh.
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine.
Так, давай-ка.
Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new
Ах ты
here,
жопушница
so
такая.
a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
What were you saying about kudos?
Were you born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really. The higher your kudos level, the lower you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
Чё, бред какой-то. Алонсо. Ну-ка.
What's with the Alonso guy?
Guy, I believe you're referring to Mentor Alonso from the Ministry of Well-Being.
Да.
He's a high-ranking official.
Поэтому ты заперлась с ним в
And
спальне.
we've just lied straight to his face.
Quite the team, huh?
If he knew what's really going on, I dread to think how far my kudos would plummet.
And what about me?
Дорога.
Arrested, deported, I don't know, but not important.
Так, Алонсо, кодекс Грэм.
Tell me more about Graham.
Why do you want to know?
I think he might have been involved in something.
What do you mean?
I came to Union City from the Gap because I was investigating a mysterious...
Oh, for Joey's sake, not you too. Blah, blah, conspiracy, blah, blah, giant dog. Graham was the perfect husband until he started getting crazy ideas. Why couldn't he just have an affair like a normal person?
Who's this contact you mentioned?
Bad news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top, with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
Are you a collector?
What?
Toys. You have quite the collection.
Oh, yes. The whole set of cuddly kitties. Even the limited edition Mama Bear from 5 years back. Well, I did have the whole set, at least.
Did something happen?
Bartleby went missing, that's what. I asked Graham about it and he denied all knowledge. Then, when I tried to use the Mama Bear tracker to find dear Bartleby, he threw her across the room.
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Those bears were my engagement gift. He hid Bartleby just to spite me.
Graham had taken Songbird's toy Bilby, but I couldn't figure out what he'd have wanted with it. Wherever he'd gone, Graham clearly didn't want to be tracked. What's a mama bear tracker?
What do you think? It tracks her babies.
Her babies?
The cuddly kiddies. Most toys in Union City are tracker-enabled. Lost
Зачем?
toys mean screaming babies. Unless you got a tracker.
Mind if I have a look at the tracker?
Go ahead, though the screen is broken. Squeeze the left ear to turn it on.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah, bye.
It looked like Graham had taken Bartleby and didn't want it tracked. I had a hunch that he had taken it to Leet, but had no idea why.
Ладненько, пойдемте искать малыша. Только я не понимаю, почему там медведица, а здесь лисы, кенгуру, коалы. Почему она считается ее детенышами? Ну ладно.
The device was now on, but with the screen broken, I'd need to find another way to get at the data. I wondered why Graham had taken a children's toy.
Hello there. I'm Mama Bear.
Привет.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties.
Ага.
Are you looking for one of my children?
Carl Koala.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
А я здесь тоже ничего не могу сделать. Какую-то эту хрень поменять и все. Обидно. Опять камин. А я хочу окна. Открой окна.
I will not have any industrial runoff coming into my house, thank you very much.
Я успею, я успею, я успею, я успею. Я должен успеть. Должен. Блять, не успел.
If I could get the window open, I'd be able to reach that box.
А как я это сделаю-то? Я не успеваю. А может ее ломиком сжахнуть? Нельзя.
I don't know and I don't care. I don't know and I don't care.
Бум-бурум-бум-бум. Так, а как мне открыть окно? Наверное, ее надо как-то спровадить отсюда. А как мне это сделать? А здесь что? Может быть, я успею добежать? Давайте еще раз попробуем.
I will not have any industrial runoff coming
Беги,
into
беги,
my
беги,
house,
беги,
thank you
беги,
very much.
беги. Беги. Давай, ты успеешь. Ты сможешь. Вот окно открыто, да? Ну, залезь. Блять. Да все уже не надо.
If I could get the
Тормоз,
window open,
яха-муха.
I'd be able to reach that box.
А почему нельзя сказать ей об этом? То, что там какая-то коробка. Нужно открыть окно. Чипворд, ну-ка, иди сюда. Да не ты, не кофейник, Чипворд, да. Да нет, поговорить хочу.
Chipworth?
Hello, Master Graham.
Ah, how are you, Chipworth?
I am well, sir. Thank you for inquiring.
Do I know someone called Leet?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, sir.
Why's that?
When Sir was shorter and stouter, it was made very clear that I was not to discuss such information with anyone, not even Sir himself.
Okay. Do you know if I know someone called Leet?
Excellent loophole, sir. Yes, I do know with absolute certainty whether Sir knows someone called Leet.
That's good enough for me. Songbird doesn't seem too upset about her husband.
And why would she be? The glorious Master Graham has returned to us.
Sounds like my wife didn't miss me all that much.
I'm confident Madame Songbird's affection was simply kept hidden, on the inside.
What's this about a celebration tonight?
The Aspiration Day Gala. Madame Songbird is so looking forward to it. It has populated approximately 83% of our conversations. In fact, any time someone spoke of it, your heart rate would elevate and you would perspire, sir. Heavily.
Is that why Graham left?
Is Sir referring to himself? Or a friend, also named Graham?
Do I have any friends?
None, sir.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
Ага. Хорош. Все оказалось гораздо проще, чем я думал. Я думал, нужно добежать, а тут можно было с ним поговорить, и он все сам сделает. Превосходно. Так.
The mentor, Alonzo, seemed to be arguing with someone.
Стой.
Here you go.
На сосиску. Все-таки сосиски пригодились.
There was something taped to the air conditioner.
Давайте возьмем. Так, уже хорошо.
Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker. A child's face pressed against the window. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it.
А еще можно взять, нет? Ах, ладненько. Пойдемте попробуем поговорить с бабехой. Так, она ушла. Она ушла, значит. Ну-ка.
I didn't think Songbird would appreciate
Да она в другой комнате, ну.
things.
Чел.
Excuse me, Songbird?
Hello, husband.
Грэм, Лид. Ладно,
That's
хуй
all for
там.
now.
Yeah, bye.
Так, ну-ка. Да стой! Ну, чучело. Нет.
I needed to know more about Graham's involvement with the stalkers before presenting any evidence to Songbird.
Хорошо. Ладненько. Так, нас теперь отсюда выпускают, это прекрасно. Лифт, а тут у нас... Ну-ка. Понятно. Пойдемте тогда... Это что? Это неинтересно. О!
The seal had been vandalized. Poor Joey.
Красиво.
Commencing spray. Please
Уйди.
stand back.
Excuse me.
Ah, Master Grundy. What joy to see Sir again after
Чё,
all
мастер?
this time. The poet laureate Reginald Arthur Schnipple Esquire sends his regards and/or condolences as appropriate.
How nice of you, Reginald.
correction, sir. If one may be so bold, Mr. Schnipple is, of course, sir's human neighbor. How sir might mistake yours truly, Tarquin, for our beloved poet laureate is beyond imagining.
What do you think about the graffiti?
As an artiste, I find any medium a valid form of expression. Of course, the vandalism does somewhat detract from the piece.
Do you work in these apartments?
Of course, Master Grundy.
Почему мать?
Sir and I have been neighbors for 147 days and 11 hours.
I'm Graham Grundy.
Of course, sir.
So we've met before?
Of course, sir.
Who are you again?
Tarquin, Fidelis Mark II domestic savant, at your service.
So you're a servant.
Savant, please. I am a highly engineered personal aid.
Have you heard any reports of missing children?
Why, no, Master Graham. If anyone went missing, I'm sure AI Officer Greta would find their U-chips.
What if they were from outside the city?
Well, surely AI Officer Greta would find them by their newly implanted U-chips.
Логично.
For all his poetry,
Синхронизировались.
Tarquin was still a Union City droid. See you later, Tarquin.
Will I?
Huh? It's just a phrase.
Shall we schedule in another meeting?
I don't think that's necessary.
Such ambiguity. A tortured soul. Alas, I am inspired.
Давай быстрее, зануда. Так. Так. Что еще? А где здесь это ушастая-то была? Ушан. Чебурашка такая тут бегала. Ее тут нету, да? Угу. Хорошо. А, вот этот Ушан.
Me, a terrible situation. Very troubling indeed.
Mentor, given your experience, your input here would be greatly appreciated.
Orana, isn't it? You strike me as a fine young officer of the Ministry of Well-Being. Would you say that's an accurate description?
I'm flattered, sir.
Your record is exemplary, I believe.
I do my best, sir.
I'm sure you do. So please, don't let me down. Fix this mess.
Mess? You mean the girl?
The whole untidy situation.
Yes, sir.
Atta girl. Keep a smile on your face. After all, it's Aspiration Day, isn't it? The happiest day of the year.
I'll take care of it, sir.
I know you will. By the way, a call to pest control wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, sir.
Meanwhile, I shall isolate this area until this unfortunate incident has been resolved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your advice.
We're all here to learn from each other. Take care now.
Чего он его боится, а меня нет? Что за бред?
Miss? Pardon me, miss? Who, me? Hey! You can see forever up here! You know, be free!
Miss, you have to be careful.
Careful or careless? I know which one I want to be!
Why don't you come down, yes? Miss Dijon, is that right? Raquel Dijon.
Yeah! That's... me. I think...
Raquel,
Raquel? Did you say Raquel?
you need to come down.
What? Where am I? Oh no! Help! Help!
Hearing her name had triggered a total change in the girl's behavior. I needed to find a way to get her down before she fell. The girl looked almost frozen with fear. Hell of a place to get stuck.
А какие эти юсп? В принципе. Ну-ка. Есть идея. Не факт, что она сработает, но попробовать стоит. Сейчас мы кое-куда добежим. Я думаю, все уже поняли, что я хочу сделать. Но это не точно. Окна открыты? Открыты. Опять ты.
That girl was still stuck on the ledge. There was no way to reach her from here.
На, иди нахер отсюда. Так, давайте попробуем отсюда вылезти. Может быть, ее... А, не, болты. Тут не получается. Я думал, все будет намного проще. Ну, ладненько, погнали тогда туда. Отсюда нет. Какая музыка гнетущая. Так, а здесь что? Может, откроешь? Нет, да? Ладно, пойдемте с ней поговорим. Тогда пойдемте с ней поговорим. Не факт, конечно, что это сработает, но попытаться стоит.
Are you okay?
No! I don't know how I got up here!
Точно так же, как залезла.
Raquel Dijon, don't panic. I'm from the Ministry of Well-being.
И что ты сделаешь? Благополучно ее приземлишь?
Nothing to see here, sir. I suggest you go back inside and enjoy some screen-based entertainment.
Excuse me. I'd like to make a complaint.
Please, both of you. I'm a welfare officer. I know how to deal with this kind of problem. I just need to check the negotiation protocol.
Well, thank goodness the Ministry is on this. It's all very distracting.
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
We'll work something out. Hold on. How did you get up there?
I don't know. Please, I'm frightened.
She climbed the outside of the building. Astounding agility, by the way. Most impressive.
I don't remember.
Bravo, miss!
Sit tight. We'll soon have you down.
Anyone got any ideas?
Yes, I do. I have an idea.
Ну-ка.
Go on.
Never use a simile when a metaphor suggests itself.
What?
I'm in the middle of composing an Aspiration Day poem, but my lexiconic cupboard is bare, so to speak. Hence the requirement for...
Wait, is this idea about your poem?
Well, yes. You asked if anyone had an idea. You were not specific to the context.
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
Okay, we'll see what we can do from here. What's your name?
Her name is Raquel. Now, would you please?
Raquel.
Проси, проси.
Oh, but of course, that makes far more sense. She told me her name was Rat Girl. But it would appear her grotesque moniker signifies little more than a deplorable deficiency of elocutionary attainment. Rat Girl, indeed.
Please, gentlemen, now is not the time.
Don't worry, we'll get you down
Стой, там
safely.
что-то было.
And soon, one hopes.
Там что-то было, там что-то было.
Excuse me,
Sir?
what's going on?
Just a citizen in trouble, all under control.
Anything I can do to help?
No need, sir. All under
Да
control.
каким у тебя контролем? Ты, блядь, стажерка. Ничего ты не контролируешь.
Why is she up there?
I don't know. I'm not sure she does either.
Why is the monopod locked down?
To keep people happy, sir.
How?
Well, this situation has the potential to be unpleasant. So we keep the situation contained until it can be resolved.
But I'd really like to go somewhere.
A little patience, sir, would be appreciated. Thanks.
Help! Please!
What are you painting?
Sir, please, you're not helping.
What? I didn't... I don't know!
Her work is rather inspired, don't you think? I do believe art may be her calling.
Please, both of you.
Help me!
Don't worry, we'll get you down safely.
And soon, one hopes.
Короче, никто ничего ситуацию не контролирует, никто ничего не может сделать. В том числе и я. Так, а здесь что? Можешь залезть? Не можешь?
I knew I shouldn't get distracted, but I couldn't help it. It was a hand scanner.
Что я сделал? А зачем? А с какой целью я это сделал? Непонятно. Но очень интересно. Там что-то поменялось наверху? А здесь что-нибудь есть? Птичий помет. Че, и все, что ли? Очередной тупик в этой игре. Банка с краской, ну-ка.
From that height, the girl wouldn't fare much better than the can.
Но это нужно что-то как-то сделать именно сверху. Точнее, изнутри, из дома. А и как, понятия не имею.
The picture showed an utterly unfamiliar scene from a bygone era.
Ладненько. Давайте тогда начнем разбираться с этой девчухой ушастой в следующей серии. А пока закончим здесь. Поэтому всем удачки и пока-пока.